The holidays are coming, and so are your relatives. Room to Room is here to help you get ready for company. Enjoy 50% off on the furniture you need, dining, sleepers, mattresses, and more. Plus 24-month special financing. Company's coming. Get ready at Room to Room Tupelo.
A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's scary that it can be put into anything, and we can't even see it or notice it.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm so thankful that you could stay up late and tune in, especially as we wrap up the weekend here. It has been a pretty action-packed weekend here in North Mississippi, but thankfully we are on that downhill slide, both weather-wise and at the final hours of the weekend ahead. But we have been enjoying all the beautiful conditions here across North Mississippi. It has been amazing ever since that front came through last night. Had to get through those storms, but now we're reaping the benefits as we wrap up our weekend and get ready for the work week. But we will have a chilly start to our Monday. I'm talking lows as in low 40s, mid 40s. It will be very cool and chilly as we start off our day. It was cold for me when we were getting in the mid 50s, so not sure if I'm ready for this. I don't do well for the cold, but I know we are all excited to finally start seeing these below average and fall-like temperatures finally make it here to North Mississippi. But speaking of that, it finally feels like fall, not just for today, not for tomorrow, but pretty much for the rest of the work week. We're sitting in below average temperatures, both in our lows and highs, starting to actually feel like we're in the season that we should be in right now. We have been in those above average temperatures for a while now. Just makes these feel that much better here in North Mississippi. But also, got to give you an update on the latest with Matt's adventures and the wonders of Australia. That'll be coming up towards the end of the broadcast, so I hope you can stay with us the whole time here tonight as we wrap up the weekend here in North Mississippi. But let's take a live look out here in Caledonia. 51 degrees already. It is just now 10 o'clock and we are already seeing low 50s. That's going to start turning into upper 40s, mid 40s as we continue into the evening. So I know by the time I'm walking out to the car, already going to feel a little bit brisk. Not much wind going on right now, but definitely don't want that because then we'll start talking about wind chill, and I feel like we need to wait a few weeks and months until we start talking about those values. Same thing out here in Winona, 50 degrees, feels like 50. So on the cusp of those upper 40s. Don't worry, y'all will get down there later on tonight. Pretty much calm wind, 3 miles per hour coming out of the north as well. So very calm all across North Mississippi tonight, but also beautiful. Same thing out here in West Point. I'll be driving through here later on tonight. 51 degrees, feels like 51. We're starting to see those feels like values match with those temperatures, especially now that the sun has gone down. So it is beautiful all across North Mississippi. And I wanted to put this on here just so we can see how we're already very cool for this time of the night and evening as we wrap up our weekend. You can see Corinth coming in at 46 degrees already. So you're already in those mid 40s. We'll definitely drop towards those low 40s. Getting closer to some upper 30s. I think our lowest depicted value we had 40 or 41. So getting to that time of year, it's going to be a little bit chilly, but definitely Corinth already on the uphill battle, or pretty much getting a head start on us. 47 out there in Holly Springs, 48 in Iuka. So it is definitely cool, especially the further north you go into our area. But let's take a look at the first 12 showing these cooler conditions. You're seeing 49 degrees by 11 o'clock. So like I keep mentioning, those upper 40s already going to be making their way here this evening. Seeing mid 40s by the time we reach those AM hours. Some of us will get into those low 40s for sure, but right now still mid 40s across most of our viewing area. By the time we're waking up, you are seeing upper 40s as you get ready for your Monday morning. So a cool, chilly start to the day, and you'll start slowly warming back up towards the mid 60s by the time we get towards lunchtime, and then pretty much just top out in the low 70s as well. But we had an eventful weekend. Right now, nothing eventful going on, and we like it that way. We are staying dry here in North Mississippi. I know we have seen way too much green, orange, yellow, red on this map. This is not precipitation. We are in clear air mode, just trying to find anything out there for it to search on, even though it's had a lot of work cut out for it this evening with radar. Speaking of that, that cold front moved on through. You can see that temperature change within the past 24 hours. We're not only in double digits, but pretty much pushing 20 or more across most of our viewing area. You can definitely see where that's split, where you're either 20 or up or 20 or lower, but double digit regardless. So definitely a huge drop in those temperatures. Definitely a great thing here in North Mississippi, and we get to just reap those benefits. But one thing that I wanted to show y'all here with Futurecast, you can see that high pressure system. That's what's allowing us to stay dry, calm, clear, a little bit cooler than what those temperatures are. And one thing I want to kind of teach y'all right here with that high pressure system, it's got this clockwise motion. That is what you typically see with these high pressure systems, and that's why our wind, very calm right now, it's coming out of the northwest, and it's going to continue pushing on through as we continue overnight and into the morning hours soon. But let's track this high pressure system as it continues moving across, especially when it gets over us. Very calm winds, not much going on, not a lot to be pretty much occurring overnight. But as we continue into the early morning hours for your Monday, and then later on into the later morning hours, that wind change already different. We're on the other side of that high pressure system, so that northeasterly wind we've been experiencing, now a little bit southerly. So we were just talking about that clockwise motion with high pressure. I'll draw it out over here just so you can remember. Now that it's to the right of us, it's bringing in all that wind from the south. So that's why our wind direction changes so drastically between like 24 hours. It's just that high pressure system moving on across North Mississippi, still providing us with those calm, clear conditions. Going to try to cycle in some moisture from the Gulf, but we are just so dry right now, not going to do much, and that is okay. We get to reap the benefits. But that's kind of what's causing the change of direction with those wind directions and speeds as we continue into the work week ahead. Taking a look at the next 24, we can see we're starting off pretty chilly, 44 degrees by 6 o'clock as we're waking up, warming up towards the mid 50s by 9, upper 60s by lunchtime, but we're pretty much topping out in the low 70s by the time we're wrapping up our Monday. Start cooling on off towards 6 o'clock broadcast in the upper 60s, and already seeing those upper 50s come back to play by the 9 o'clock broadcast time. But before we go to commercial break, this is just the start of the broadcast. I want to give you an in-depth look on what the start of your work week looks like, especially those lows over on tonight, but how long these fall-like conditions continue, those rain chances Tuesday, this weekend, all of that coming up in 1 minute.
Community is the way we find our strength and share our hope. It's the way dinner on the table brings a family closer together. It's the way we make sure his first chapter book is the first step on his path to greatness. It's the way we rally in hard times and rise back up stronger than ever. United is the way we come together so everyone can thrive. Join us at unitedway.org.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. Taking a live look out here in Adenton, just outside of Starkville, where I'm going to be driving back to tonight. 50 degrees, feels like 50. I'm going to be going up towards Mississippi State's campus, work on my weather show for tomorrow in class, so it will definitely feel nice outside as we continue into the overnight hours and eventually early morning hours. But let's take another live look across North Mississippi. Out here in Greenwood, 54 degrees, feels like 54 as well, so we are already just feeling amazing all across North Mississippi. That's going to be the trend as we continue overnight. We can see that with the day planner, pretty much 49 degrees by 11 o'clock, pushing into the lower 40s by the time we reach the early AM hours, pretty much averaging around the mid 40s. But let's take a look at Futurecast, where we were talking about that high pressure system. That's pretty much going to be the only thing we can look at here on Futurecast. Don't worry, it's not covering up any activity. That's what's responsible for those calm, clear conditions. As it pretty much moves on over, by the time we're waking up for our Monday morning, it will be dry and clear outdoors as it continues to move on out. But here are those low temperatures. There we go, Corinth coming in around 42. So getting closer and closer towards those upper 30s. We're not there yet. We're already below average. So it'll take more time until we get there, but definitely a cool, chilly start to our Monday morning. That has been pretty much the story that I keep talking about, because that's just what it's going to be like as we start off the work week. And of course, Sunday night, which means we got that school day graphic ready for y'all. Drop off 43 degrees for the kids early in the morning. Definitely going to want them to have their hoodies, sweatpants, anything on, and pretty much they can keep that on all day. By lunchtime, you're seeing temperatures around 63. By the time they're heading home, ready to hang out with everybody, still temperatures around 71 degrees, so it will feel bliss out across North Mississippi. Futurecast depicting that wind change just a little bit with that high pressure system moving on out of our area, more of a southerly motion, and we're still going to see those clear skies. We did have some cloud cover try to push on through into North Mississippi, not depicting much of that cloud cover anymore as we continue into those afternoon hours. So very brief, those are going to continue pushing on through North Mississippi, but we're still going to see those clear skies pretty much all day long and into the evening hours as well. High temperatures are going to be in the mid 70s across most of North Mississippi. You can see Red Bay coming in around 69 degrees, probably the lowest value you can see here on the graphic. Most increase probably 78 in Greenwood and Belzona, but still upper 70s, not bad. Let's look at those heat and seas, knocking you back down closer towards the mid 70s as well. So we're going to feel a little bit better than what those temperatures are reading outdoors. So it will feel amazing. Coming back to Futurecast, we can still see that southerly motion with that high pressure system off to our east. That's pretty much allowing us to still stay calm and clear. But here we go. There's another frontal system trying to make its way into North Mississippi. We've seen this a lot pretty much the past few days of tracking the incoming cold front out. We do have another one coming in Tuesday, nowhere near the level of strength that we saw this weekend. This is more of just allowing us to continue staying cool, staying clear once that front passes. It is going to bring some showers towards North Mississippi. I'm expecting stuff like this, kind of just tiny pocket of green showers. Not expecting much more of that. This model is still a little bit too aggressive for my liking. I think it's still wanting to be like this weekend and try to forecast something going on when there's really not much. I think most of those rain chances are going to be in the most southern portion of our viewing area, if not just south of our viewing area completely. Pretty much depicting some weak systems and weak showers moving through. I wouldn't even say storms. That's going to push on through North Mississippi in the early morning hours for our Tuesday. Then we're pretty much seeing calm, clear conditions from lunchtime and on for the rest of Tuesday. But of course, meteorologists Maggie McCauley and Gabe Manor will be tracking that out as we continue into Monday to give you the very latest to prepare for your Tuesday. That's just the latest model as of now, and you can see those clear conditions stick around all day Tuesday and into your Wednesday morning hours as well. So it will still be beautiful out here across North Mississippi. High temperatures for Tuesday, I would say probably a little bit better than what they were for your Monday, pretty much sticking around those mid 70s across most of North Mississippi. Those heat and seas still keeping the same trend of keeping you a little bit cooler than what those temperatures are reading outdoors. 7-day forecast, still not much has changed. Those models are remaining consistent. 73, 74 is your high for Monday and Tuesday. Still 20% chance. Not really changing that icon. We're going to stay mostly dry. You'd probably be the lucky few if you got some of those stray showers. Then staying dry Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday, still looking at that line of system trying to make its way through, giving us some more meaningful rainfall, but still just a ways out for us to kind of give full confidence on, still around 30% until then, but I know we will be tracking that all week long so you can stay updated. But as promised, before I leave, I want to make sure to give y'all the latest look at Matt's adventures in Australia. I started watching this one, already immediately giggled with where it was going. Y'all take a look at this.
Well, look at these fish. Chief Meteorologist Matt Lopon here in Mississippi Live Weather. I'm at the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Talk about something I never thought I'd say when I set out to be a meteorologist. You know, we are out here on one of the 3,000 individual reefs that actually make up the Great Barrier. And, you know, it stretches basically the length of the eastern seaboard on the east side of Australia here. So about 25% of the overall biodiversity of the ocean is along this reef, which is just how important it is in general. And let's just be clear, it is just incredibly cool to be able to swim here and enjoy this. And I do appreciate the good folks at MLM Clothiers for being a sponsor of this trip and helping support Mississippi Live Weather. A lot of other folks, of course, helping support us as well, but man, this has been an incredible one. We've been here the last couple of hours, got to take a flight over the Great Barrier Reef, and while the flight was great, I'm telling you right now, seeing it, snorkeling above it, is just incredible. So I'm going to be quiet here. I'm going to show you that because I think that's probably better than whatever I have to say. But for Mississippi Live Weather and Chief Meteorologist Matt Lopon, let's show you some more shots.
Well, there you have it. There was the latest look at Matt out there in Australia exploring the Great Barrier Reef. I know we're talking about these below average temperatures, how thankful we are. But when I watch that, I'm like, I kind of want to get back to summer. I want those warmer temperatures back, but we got to appreciate what we have. I appreciate y'all sticking around this weekend and giving y'all's time and effort into watching my broadcast, especially for tuning in last night with that severe storm coverage. We appreciated all of y'all tuning in. We're glad we were able to keep talking with y'all throughout the entire process, and y'all are able to tune in. But we will be back towards the weekday broadcast schedule. That means our morning meteorologist, Maggie McCauley, is excited to wake up with y'all 6:30, 7, and 7:30 tomorrow morning, especially talking about those chillier temperatures. Our meteorologist, Gabe Maynard, will be back here in the Room to Room Weather Center at 5, 6, and 10 to give you the very latest and definitely an update on those Tuesday showers as well. So I enjoyed another weekend with y'all. Y'all go out, have a fantastic work week ahead, and I'll see y'all next weekend.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.